Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's edition of Investing and Trading Live. As always, my name is Josh Lilquist. Today is, what day is this? Is it today? Tuesday, September 12th. And Monday Night Football was last night. Great game last night. New York versus Buffalo. New York Jets pull it off with a walk-off punt return for a touchdown. But today is a stock market show, and that's what we're going to do here today. We're going to talk about the stock market, the movers of the day. We got Apple's iPhone coming out today, some more earnings. Oracle slides, and stocks really open up in the red today. So we'll discuss some of the movers, the losers, and the winners of the day. But we always start with our major index update. We always start with the S&P 500, and we talked about that on the show for several months now. The S&P 500 as the gauge of the markets, and really the S&Ps, and what we're using is the ETF. And the ETF is the exchange traded fund. It trades just like a stock. It's a basket. Current market conditions. So market is currently down on the day, I believe here. Once we get the old chart up here, markets are slightly down. They open down, but show some strength as they open up. So that's S&P 500 currently at $447.73 per share. Currently down about 0.67% on the last 5 days. I like to look at the last 5 days as a gauge of not current trend, but what have you done for me lately? That is the S&P 500 ETF. The Dow Jones Industrial Average currently at 346.90, down 0.14% of the day, so ever so slightly. The markets have just opened only about 15 minutes ago, so just getting the action for the day and really trying to decide what are we going to do today, market. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because we all know there are strategies and opportunities for up, down, and sideways markets. So Dow Jones Industrial Average currently at 346.81. Past 5 days down about 0.65%, so not much. The QQQ, which is the NASDAQ, currently at 376.13. This also just ever so slightly down 0.19% on the last 5 days. So really it's just mainly today that's showing the weakness on the market, but that can change very quickly, as we know. IWM, which is the Russell 2000 ETF, currently at 184.88 per share. This one's actually up on the day, 0.29%, which is about 50 cents. So that is your update on the major indexes. Any movers with the ETFs? We have constantly been talking about XLE over the last 5 days, month, about the last month or so, and currently up pretty good on the month. Up 1.5% today, which we've been seeing that in our gas prices. Yesterday, I believe USO was up. They were kind of correlated, but they weren't doing exactly what they've been doing lately as far as trending together. So currently at $92.28 per share on the XLE. That's a big mover on the ETFs. Other than that, the ETFs haven't moved a whole lot, other than minings and metals, which is up about 1%. Everything else is, other than oil, is pretty much where it's at for the beginning of the day. So, as markets are opening on Sunday, we talked about why it's so important to have a trade plan and investment plan, and sticking to that, just like how it is in sports. And with markets just opening up, whatever your bias is, whether it's long or short or up or down, whatever you want to call that, make sure you stick with that until the charts and supply or demand tells you something different. Going into the gold spot price, currently at $1,908.60 per share. just barely down on the month. Last 5 days, also down. So gold and silver really haven't performed that well since, I believe, around May or so. It's been really choppy and really a down market for those. Silver currently at $22.96, and they're still kind of showing the same thing. Bitcoin is up today, ever so slightly, about $4. No, $1,000, 4%. Wow. After, I believe yesterday it was down. Look at the charts. Yesterday we had a struggle bus day, and today it was looking pretty good. So 4.17% on the day, but still down the past 5 days, 0.16%, which is basically even. So retracing some of those losses. Let's get into our stocks. Any major movers at the stock market? Tilray was, I believe, a big mover yesterday. Apple down 0.14% of the day, just barely getting started for the day, so it hasn't moved a whole lot. They do have their Apple iPhone, supposedly, or allegedly is what they like to call it, coming out today. What does that mean for the stock? Well, why don't you tell me, if you're listening right now, if Apple has Apple iPhone coming out today, what does that mean for the stock? And quite frankly, probably nothing. And what supply and demand is what drives the markets. And when there's more demand, obviously prices go up. More supply, so prices go down. That's how easy it is for how the markets actually move and work. So that being said, an Apple iPhone coming out today probably isn't going to have much of an impact on the price, unless there is some really, really bad news about it, which could spark price to do something differently, or really, really good news about it, and there's emotion brought into the market. Other than that, an iPhone coming out, no big deal in the markets. Tesla just getting started for the day, nothing really moving, so no real big movers on the day. PayPal and Airbnb up over 1.5%. Amazon 0.83 down. Snap is up. WWE, for some reason, is not giving me a price. Don't know what that means, but we'll leave it at that. DocuSign's up. We'll go look at our retail sector. Nike is up today. Dick's Sporting Goods 0.65%. Macy's is up 1.2%. So good job, Macy's. And Coinbase is up almost 5%. So Coinbase has been an interesting stock as of late. Over the last month, they're really up 5% in the month. So today's gains is what's bringing it up. But it's kind of, there's been a few big days with Coinbase. Obviously, you had I believe it was Grayscale, the ETF that won the lawsuit against the SEC back about 2 to 3 weeks ago, which sparked the whole crypto market, but also Coinbase. So, been an interesting stock. I do like it moving forward. Year to date is up 131%, so it's looking pretty good on the year. So, is it too late to the party? Well, it's a possibility there. So that is your major stock market update. Let's see. Here's something interesting I want to talk about. So in trading and investing, there's so much free information out there. Now, you really kind of have to sift through that and say, okay, where is this information coming from? Who is offering this information? But also, why are they offering me this information? And on one of the trading platforms I like to use, there's trading ideas on there. Now, here's a couple of the first few. A simple method of evaluating trade setups for everyone. Okay, that's a method. Soft landing. Yen rises sharply after hawkish government announcements. Trader's playbook. The agile trader wins this week. And they are showing some different technical analysis on here, which there's some wedge patterns on some charts. and ways to tell which way inflation is going. So basically, there's a lot of information on here, and all it is an opinion. You know, when you see information, whether it's on YouTube or on a platform or internet, interweb, wherever you find your information, it's an opinion. Now, that opinion can steer you into a direction that may be correct or incorrect, but the fact of the matter is, it's an opinion. And that does not drive price. And that's why we always continue to talk about on the show here, supply and demand. Supply and demand. Where is price going to turn and where will it go? And what are your risk management parameters? That's the key to trading and investing. So don't let your opinions, and here's the tip of the week here today, don't let your opinions drive your decisions in the financial markets. Let the facts do that. Where you find those facts is a price chart, and identifying supply and demand is where price or buyers and sellers, there's basically an imbalance of those buyers and sellers. If there's a huge imbalance, price will turn. And that, my friends, is your tip of the week. So we'll get another show tomorrow. We'll do a stock market update. As always, collect your profits when they're given to you, or when they are there, I should say. Protect your losses and keeping them small. Until next time, retire young, my friends.